Well, it's the morning of day 3, Holson Valley shelter. Me and Michaela sitting out here drinking some coffee and then gonna enjoy the sunrise over here. Flip the camera and let you see what we're seeing here. Pretty nice view out there. The fog and clouds kind of settled into some low spots. Makes it look like a bunch of lakes out there. So we'll wait for the sunrise here in a few minutes, see if we can get some of that. Okay, we just finished eating breakfast. Been sitting here enjoying the overlook of the valley, Holson Valley, at the Holson Valley shelter. We've about got half of our gear packed up, about ready to take off on the trail again. It's 8:40 right now. We should be on the trail before 9, I think. 8.5 miles to do today. Our legs are a little sore after our full day 2 yesterday, so we may try to take it a little easy today, ease our way down that 8.5 miles. Hopefully next time we get to do this hike, we'll get to do a little bit more prep hiking right before. We tried to do some early on, but the last couple months before, it was kind of hard to do that. But I think it'll be a good point to do that next time. We'll catch up with you down the trail. Took a quick break to fill up our water at this little stream. We know we're pretty sure there's a water source up ahead, maybe about 1.5 miles, but we just we don't want to take the chance and pass up this one. It's just a little bitty stream, but it's flowing, so we needed a quick break anyway. So, good chance to drink some water and collect some more water. Kind of walking beside a long, kind of a deep, I don't know what you would call it, ravine. It drops off pretty steep. Pretty much roll all the way down right here. If you weren't careful. You got a little bit of a view, kind of out through there. Kind of spotty through the trees. We can probably see it way better in person than what you can see on film. But I don't know. Today's been a little bit of a mix, up and down, a little bit of climb, a little bit of rock. But then we had probably about a good mile stretch, at least maybe 1.5 miles of fairly flat, even walking. So we were able to kick up the pace quite a bit. We're probably doing 3 times the pace during that stretch. So right now it's pretty easy still. It's actually pretty easy hiking right now. We'll come back, show you some more a little bit later down the trail. We're up on our little junction here. This is no horses, so hold your horses, folks. Not allowed here. Horsethief Springs. Okay, that makes sense. The horses are apparently still in the water, so none of that. No more horses. And this is really the first time we've ran into trail magic, I think, for us on the trail. Somebody has left 2 gallons of spring water here we are gonna pass because we just filled our water at the last spring, but that would be very helpful. If there wasn't much water in that spring, we would probably definitely use some of that. So we're gonna keep on going on this Ouachita trail here. So we made it over here to Horsethief Spring, and it does have some water down here flowing, which is where we planned on getting our water. I don't know how good it's going to taste. You can definitely see it's running out over there. It's pretty murky looking though. Some frogs and stuff in there. I don't know. We may pass on this one and get it elsewhere. Looks like we are maybe about to cross the road, a small gravel road. So this will be the second road so far that we've crossed. The first one was the highway, and then now we're crossing, really don't even know what road this is. So, not a very big road, but it is a road. And we're still blue blazing, still on the right track. We just filled up water not long ago. It'd be hard to fill up here, but we could do it if we had to. If we were desperate, I would do it. We stopped for our daily Snickers break, afternoon Snickers break, and we got a decent view from here. And the little lake out there, pulled it up, and it's Cedar Lake. That's a really neat lake. We've camped there a couple times. And then there's another larger lake way off in the distance. I think it's Lake Wister or something like that. We're about 2.2 miles from the next shelter. The last, I don't know, mile I believe is going to be pretty vertical. It's going to be a pretty good uphill hike. So we're resting, getting ready for that. So that's up yet to come. We'll see. Maybe I can try to video. It might be hard to video going up. A lot of pine trees through this area. Pretty nice. A lot of shade. Almost a little bit of a cushion you're walking on with all the pine needles. Really big, so definitely a relief on your feet. Just a real nice part of the woods. Okay, we are now crossing our third road on the trip. First time highway, second time small gravel road, and then now the third time another highway. Might be the same highway. And we are now gonna ascend up the winding staircase mountain. It's supposed to be the hardest part of today for us. We are about 1.4 miles from being at that shelter, which is at the very peak of this mountain. It is 4:45 p.m. So hopefully we'll get there, hopefully around 6 or before 6:30. So we'll see if I can video a little bit up ahead as well. So I guess we're officially on the winding staircase at the moment. You can see Michaela. Maybe you can see her up there. CJ's somewhere a little further up. I told them to go ahead and go on ahead of me. So, see if I can't film this or do this hike with one hand for a little bit, just to capture part of this trail. I know you can't tell, but it's a pretty steep grade, kind of a pretty good incline that switches back and forth. So I'm sure I'll stop frequently. Now it looks like a really long stretch of an incline. You can see Michaela and CJ now. They're up their ways. They probably got, I don't know, they've got at least 50 foot of elevation on me, I would imagine. Okay, so I kind of let them go on up ahead because I guess I'm older, but I just wanted to take my time going up this hill. Didn't want to kill myself because, one, as much water as I've been drinking, I'm a little dehydrated. Just, I know that from looking at my pee. It's colors I've never seen before. But anyway, letting them go up ahead, I don't know, it just gave me time to think a little bit on my own and just have a little bit of personal reflection time. And you know, I really, on this trip, I already knew I had really good kids, but this trip has shown me that, you know, I've really got great kids. And you know, these two right here, my oldest two, just on this trip, they've had positive attitudes the whole time and haven't complained. They've really put a lot of hustle in, and they've worked hard. And you know, I think, you know, that's just I think that proves a life skill. You know, they're determined individuals. They don't give up. You know, they got perseverance, and you know, I'm just really proud of them. My younger two, I know will be the same way, but I'm just overjoyed with how proud I am. I think they'll make really fine individuals. So I'm really blessed and thankful for my family. So the winding staircase trail is a few little small switchbacks at first, and then followed up by this really long, I don't know, maybe a half mile or so, I don't know, just one long ramp. The incline was pretty steady. I mean, it didn't really change up or down. The incline just stayed steady up a rock road, and then it switched back onto this one, which is a little different. It's kind of got a little bit more grass. The ground's a little flatter, and the incline's not quite it ain't really as near as steep. So once it switched back to this road, I think we were about halfway up that, So we'll go up this rest of this trail, and then this shelter's essentially at the very peak of this mountain. So we'll see, but hopefully it'll probably have a pretty good view, I would assume. A lot of pine trees right here along this ridge that we're walking on. Now it's starting to flatten out. It's actually really flat now. Really easy walking. Probably the easiest walking I've seen on the entire trail so far. Just walking on grass. It's like walking on carpet. There's Michaela. She's giving me signals. Yeah, so I don't know, a few feet back there, they kind of started noticing these rocks. I guess when they cleared this pathway, they tossed them on both sides. Kind of almost formed a little fence on both sides. That's probably why this pathway is so smooth. There's pretty much no rocks. Really nice. I was thinking the winding staircase trail is going to be really hard this last mile. I mean, really, it hasn't been. Not been that bad. We've seen a lot worse, you know, on the first part of this trail. I don't mind this part at all. And maybe I'm in for a surprise. I don't know. Maybe it gets worse. Hope not. So we've been hanging our bear bag with the PCT style hang. So basically I'm not using a carabiner just because I didn't really have any weight. So tying that on my bag, I got a loop on the very end. Basically feed the other end of the line that goes over the limb through that little loop. And we're away from the tree trunk, you know, 5 or 6 feet. I think probably enough that the bear can't reach it from the tree trunk, you know. And then now we've got that through the loop here. Now we're going to pick up the bear bag and pull it all the way to the top. Now we want it to come down away from that limb so that the bear can't crawl out and grab that. What we'll do here is I got a kind of a sturdy stick. Reach in here and tie a little slip knot. Stick a stick in that slip knot. Actually, I'm gonna tie that a little bit higher since this tree's not as tall as some of the ones we've been using. I'm trying to tie that slip knot as high as I can reach. So just make a little slip loop. Put your stick inside of that slip loop, and then now you can just slowly let that down. It'll catch on that other loop, and then I mean these bears aren't that tall. So then you can either just leave this hanging, or what I've been doing is taking the slack and tossing it over in a small shrub or a small tree. Just throw it over there. That way they can't mess with the cord.